Hi, I'm Kimberly Bundren and I'm with Liberty University, and this is AB. She's 24 years old and she'll be my patient today. I have explained to her the assessments that we will be doing, have answered all of her questions, and do you have any questions for me at this time?
I do not.
I have washed my hands and I have provided a very safe and private environment. So we're going to first start, if I could get you to lay down, and if you'll just pull your shirt up to here so I can look at your belly. Okay, so first I'm going to actually look at the belly. I'm going to inspect it, make sure that I don't see any pulsations or any hernias of any kind. I'm going to look at the umbilicus. It looks symmetrical. I don't see any bulges or pulsations there. Okay. Next, I'm going to auscultate her bowel sounds. And usually we would do about 15 seconds in each, but for this we're going to do that just to show. So next we're going to actually go to the palpation, and I'm just going to palpate. And I'm just going to be feeling for any masses, any distension, and I don't feel that. Everything feels good within baseline. And next I'm going to percuss. Sounds good. Next, we're going to actually measure and palpate and percuss the liver. So I always think of the liver, if we come down here to the end, it's almost like a fork side. It actually inverts in. And usually when we're going to percuss from the highest level of dullness to the lowest. So first I'm going to percuss so that I can feel it. So what I would do is I would have a marker, and I would actually mark from the area of highest dullness to the lowest, and then I would take a tape measure and I would measure accordingly. And the usual size of the liver is 6 to 12 centimeters. I'm going to go ahead and palpate the liver. On thinner females, like AB here, I can feel her liver. I don't feel any abnormalities there. And now we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to percuss and palpate the spleen. And the spleen, some people, most people, it's very, very difficult to actually feel the spleen. And when you're percussing, you don't really hear a lot of noise, so it's a very difficult thing but you just have to know the general location. So the spleen is usually located on the opposite end when you do the midline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first percuss. And I can actually feel elations. Okay, and then I'm going to palpate. And you sometimes will have to do some deep palpation to feel it. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to palpate for her kidneys. So the kidneys, I would actually go right here under this bone here, and I'm going to do kind of a deep palpation here. Should feel something that's kind of slippery in there, moving around. Shouldn't feel anything that feels distended. Things feels good there. And then we'll do her other side. And we're going to go right here under the bone here, and then we're just going to, and it usually you can feel it slipping between your fingers. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to have Miss AB stand up for me. Okay. And one thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to be actually inspecting her bones. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to visualize, make sure that, maybe stand right there for a second. I'm going to visualize, I'm going to inspect for symmetry as far as how her shoulders, everything looks symmetrical. I don't see anything going more than one side to the other. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start with your hands, and I'm just going to feel the joints. Now the one thing that you want to feel the most about the joints is to make sure that there's no osteoarthritis, you don't see any inflammation, there's nothing on her wrist, the elbows feel good, shoulders are good. All right, I'm going to have you turn, okay? And I'm going to go down and I'm going to feel her thoracic here. Okay, and then next I'm going to come down and I'm going to feel her knees. And then also her hips. And then her ankles. And usually I could feel the toes, but I feel like they're okay. All right, I'm going to stand up here. Okay, Alicia, if I can have you stand now, what I want you to do, let me go this way. All right, we're going to do the actual neck range of movement. We want to go, just copy, we want to go forward. And then backwards. And look to your right. And then look to your left. And then you can rotate. Good job. Okay. Now I'm going to get you push your cheek against my hand. And then other side. And then push your forehead. And then push your back against my hand. All right, very good. All right, I'm going to stand this way. All right, now we're going to do, if I can get you to stand that way, we're going to, so we have a little bit of room. I want you to do your shoulders range of movement. So just do what I do. So we're going to go up. And we're going to go down. We're going to do our abduction and adduction. Okay, and other arm. Okay. And now I'm going to stand behind you and we're going to do internal and external rotation. If I can have you take these two hands and then you're going to put them behind. Go as far up as you possibly can. At this time I'm going to look for anything that inverts here or inverts on the wrist. And then you want to go to the, then we want to go behind our neck. Okay, very good. All right, so next thing we're going to do is shoulder strength. So I want you to do this. Now, while you're doing that, I'll get you standing right there just so I can move over this way just a little bit. I'm going to push up and you push down. Now you go up against me. Now when I try to push out, okay, and then you push against me. Very strong. Okay, so next thing we're going to do are the elbows. So what I want you to do is bend, then straighten, palms down, and palms up. So now we're going to do the wrist, hands, range of movement. I want you to bend. Let me get you to come over this way so we can move a little bit more. So I want you to bend your hand up and down. Turn it right, turn it left. Now I want you to spread your fingers, push them back together, make a fist for me, and then touch your thumbs to each of your fingertips. Now bend your fingers. Okay. Now your wrist, now I want you to maintain, hold your wrist up. While I push up on your wrist, I want you to try to push down, and then we're going to go back up. Okay, and then I want you to flex your fingers. I'm going to try to push them in, you push out. Okay, now put your hands together, and I'm going to try to pull them apart. Okay. Now, I want you to squeeze two of my fingers with two. Yep. Very good. All right, so now I'm going to have you lay that down. And now we're going to look at your hips. So I'm going to have you, I'm going to raise your leg up, and then I'm going to actually bend your knee. That goes and back down. And then I'm going to do the other leg. Okay. All right. And then we're going to swing it out laterally and medially, laterally and medially. Very good. Okay. And now if I can I get you to roll on your belly? Mm-hmm. And then I don't have to make you stand back up again. Now what I want you to do is I want you to bend your knee. Very good. Very good. Bend your knee. Very good. And now you can lay back on your back. So now what I want to do I want you to try to raise your leg and I'm going to try to push it down. Okay? There you go. All right. And then other side. Okay. And then we're going to try, let's do it one more time. And, okay. Very good. And then one more leg. Okay. All right. So now what I want you to try to do is I want you, when you bend your knees, try to straighten and go against me. Very good. Try the other. Okay. And now what I want you to do with your ankles is I want you to hold your leg up and just do it in a circular rotation. All right. And then try the other. Okay. And now I want you to put your legs up and I want you to push against my hands. Very good. All right. Now we're going to do thoracic and your spine. Okay. So if I can get you to stand. So last time you'll have to lay down. All right, I'm going to stand behind you. Okay, and so what you want to do, next thing we're going to do is I want you to bend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bend forward, bend back. Okay, bend to the right and bend to the left. Okay, and then I want you to bend from your waist and touch your toes. Okay, all right, and now if you'll come back a little ways, I want you to walk on your toes and then walk on your heels. Okay. All right, and now face me. We're going to do the Romberg test now. So I want you to close your eyes, legs slightly apart, and touch the side. And I want you to close your eyes. And at this time, I'm going to look for any swaying to see if there's any imbalance, and I don't see anything. Now you can open your eyes. So now we're going to test again. I want you to rub your heel to your shin and do it in alternating fashion. Okay? Okay. And now we'll do finger to nose. I want you to touch your finger to your nose. And then do the other hand. Okay. And now we'll test sterignosis. I'm going to put an object in your hand. You close your eyes and you tell me what it is.
Okay. Marker.
Very good. And then graphthesia, what we're going to do with that is I'm going to use the tip of a pen to write a letter. Could be a number, and you tell me what it is.
Okay. Okay.
Very good. All right. So now we're going to do light touch, and I'll get you to sit for this one.
Okay.
We're going to do what's called light touch and pain touch. And I've got a cotton swab, and I've got just the blunt end of a pencil. Okay. So first, I just want to know: do you feel this? Does that feel like a cotton swab?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So everywhere that I touch you, I'm going to have you close your eyes. You tell me if it feels the same. Okay.
Same.
Okay. Let me see your hands.
Same.
Okay. I'm going to try one more time on your cheeks. Okay. Just feels the same.
Yep.
Okay. So now we're going to try something that's a little more dull.
Okay.
Do you feel that?
I do.
Okay. Feel the same? Okay.
Yep.
There.
Feel the same.
Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is position sense. So what I'm going to do is take your fingers. Now I'm going to move them in a direction. You tell me which direction they're going, and close your eyes.
Up, down, up, down,
Okay.
up, down, up, down, up, down.
Okay. Very good. So next we're going to do vibration sense, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tuning fork, and I'm going to touch the top of your fingers and tell me if it feels the same on each of the fingers. Okay. Okay. Other hand.
Yep.
Very good. Now we're going to do your tendons.
Okay.
And I'm going to take your arm here. I'm going to bend it like so. Okay. Right here on the interior. Watch it. Yep. And then on the top here. Okay. And we'll do the other side. Okay. Yep. All right. And then I'm going to do underneath there. There we go. They do good. And then we would do the Achilles heel down here. Yep, and they do move. Yep, see it moves good. Okay, well, that completes our assessment today.
Perfect.
You look very good, did very well. Thank you very much.